Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're digging into the latest U.S. mortgage data. And the big headline numbers, they make it seem like everything's just fine. But there's this hidden story, a story of financial stress that you're probably not hearing about. Let's get right into it.
So this is the number you're going to see splashed all over the news, 3%. That's the big national mortgage delinquency rate for September 2025. And, on the face of it, that number looks great, right? Super low. It kind of makes you think the housing market is totally solid.
And yeah, that's pretty much the official story you'll hear. Stable, unchanged. So, should we just not worry about it? Well, today, we're going to peel back the layers on this thing because we need to see what's really going on.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about that calm surface. Why does everything look so steady on the outside?
If you look at the top line number, it's basically flat compared to last year, and it's only up a tiny bit from the last quarter. This is exactly the kind of stability that makes everyone think, hey, the market's calm. It's the reason you're not seeing any big, scary headlines.
But why isn't anyone freaking out about that 3%? It's still millions of people, right? Well, to really get it, we need to zoom out and look at the history here.
Okay, so think back to the great financial crisis in 2008. Today's delinquency rates, they're just a quarter of what we saw back then. It's not even close. And that context, that history, it makes everyone feel pretty secure. But, and this is a big but, that feeling of calm is exactly what makes the hidden trends we're about to uncover so important.
All right, and here's where the story takes a sharp turn. We're going to leave that big, happy headline number behind for a minute and start looking for the cracks in the foundation. And trust me, they're there. And you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to this from Cutality's senior principal economist, Molly Bozel. She says that even though things look stable, there are these signs of stress beneath the surface. Borrowers who fall behind are really struggling to catch up. And that right there, that's the core of this whole hidden story.
Now this chart, wow, this just lays it all out there. Look at the difference between 2024 and 2025. The number of cities with rising overall delinquency actually went down. Good news, right? But hold on. Look at foreclosure rates. The number of metros where foreclosures are rising, it jumped from just 8% to almost 40%. That is a huge leap. It tells you that where there are problems, they're getting a lot more serious really fast.
So let's break it down even more. You've got different stages of being late on your mortgage, right? Early stage is being 30 to 59 days late. That number? Unchanged. Adverse is 60 to 89 days. Also unchanged. But then you get to the serious stage. That's 90 days or more. And look, that one is ticking up. It might not seem like a lot, but that is the real danger zone.
And here it is as a bar chart. That little jump from 0.9% to 1.0% might look tiny, but it's a super critical signal. Every little bit of that increase represents a growing group of real homeowners who are getting stuck. They're falling into a hole of debt that they just can't climb out of. Okay, so where is all this happening? Because this isn't a problem that's spread out evenly across the country. Not at all. This financial stress is really concentrated in certain spots. So get this, 18 states saw their delinquency rates go up year over year. That's nearly half the country. The biggest jumps were in places like Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia. So again, you have this flat national average, but on the ground in these states, the story is completely different.
To really see what this looks like in the real world, let's zoom way in. We're going to look at just one of the 186 metro areas where rates are on the rise, Odessa, Texas.
In just 1 year, the overall delinquency rate in Odessa jumped by 1.3 percentage points. Now remember that flat national number we talked about? A jump of 1.3 is absolutely massive in comparison. It's a huge, flashing red light signaling some serious, localized financial pain in that community.
And it wasn't just an isolated thing in Odessa. A nearby town, San Angelo, saw a big spike too. And here's the kicker. Both of these places led the entire country in the rise of those serious delinquencies we were just talking about. This shows you that in certain pockets of America, the struggle is becoming incredibly intense. Okay, so we've looked at the national numbers, the expert opinions, the foreclosure rates, and zoomed in on specific towns. What does it all mean? What's the bigger picture here? Let's connect all these dots.
Really, the main thing to take away is this. That big, stable national number, it can be a mask. It can hide a whole lot of hardship for real families. So while the whole system isn't blinking red, there is a growing number of people who are slipping into very serious financial trouble.
And that leaves us with one last big question to think about. Are these pockets of stress, these rising foreclosures in places like Odessa, Are they just isolated problems? Or could they be an early tremor, a little shake before a much bigger economic shift? Is this a warning sign of something bigger building just under that calm surface? We'll have to wait and see.